Caspa holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Let's analyze and take a look at what's happening with Caspa's price as we are going into Wednesday morning. So, looking across the board, you guys can see, the broader market is actually seeing a nice move. Again, if you did watch the market analysis update, you guys should know what's going on. But Caspa is actually down about 3%, as of recording this update. A lot of people will overlook this and, be like, oh, Caspa going down, Caspa this, Caspa that. But you want to zoom out and take a look at Caspa on the weekly time frame is still one of the very few coins up about 20.1%, as you can see for yourself. And these are things that we just don't want to be forgetting when we are analyzing the markets, and of course, coin in this case, of course, Caspa. Look at it on a monthly time frame. It is down 11%, but when you kind of compare it to some of the other coins, it's actually holding up better than a lot of other coins out there. And this big move, just that one that we did see about 2 days back, is the main catalyst behind now that Caspa's price, if you look at it on a monthly time frame, holding up better than a lot of these other coins. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening. Before we do that, though, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So, price of Caspa 5.1 cents, down 3% in both Bitcoin and USD. Comparative valuation 1.35 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at 78.7 million. Just one thing right off the bat before I even pull out the charts is just look at the dollar price at 5.1 cent. It's still holding up pretty much as to where it was yesterday, above the 5 cents price point. Very impressive in my opinion, based off of the move that we did see last night. Obviously, I discussed with you guys how the big move, and in terms of a percentage, it was not a small move by any means. And so far, remember, in that update, I talked to you guys about how you want to see the project find a ground for itself, accumulate and consolidate nicely around this range. That's exactly what Caspa is doing right now as of recording this update. So, with that said, let's take a look at what's happening with the overall, market. You can see, the dominance is pulling down again. I've highlighted this on the H bar update. I highlighted this on the other few updates as well. You can see for yourself, the dominance actually pulled down to 58.46%, a new monthly low, retesting these levels for the first time since September. But we have seen a little bit of an uptick, as you can see, for the dominance since then. But the trajectory is still in this downward trend. Bitcoin, on the other hand, as you can see for yourself, has been holding up really nicely as well. We're having a little bit of a hard time breaking out at $88,172. We've literally seen a few retest above that key range, and every single time the price has seen a rejection. Breaking above here, as I've indicated on the channel before, I do anticipate, for the price of Bitcoin to reclaim back up to where we were just on the 24th of November. But one other positive thing I want you guys to point, one other positive thing that I want to point out is the fact that the price of Bitcoin still remaining above $86,000 is very impressive, and the fact that the price did not drop below here. So as of now, good. And dominance amazing as well. But let's take a closer look and see what is happening with Caspa's price. So, like I said to you guys, the price is holding up very nicely. Let's kind of zoom in and take a look at it on an hourly perspective and understand what we're looking at. So, as far as the hourly perspective is concerned, we did retest actually 5.3 cents yesterday as well. I saw a little bit of a retracement, as you can see, pretty much consolidated within this key range, and now you're kind of seeing a little bit of a resistance forming around none other than 5.14 cents. And again, if this is able to break out, pretty much, I think the 6 cent price point is still on the table. This is something we discussed last night. And of course, we were at this key level at 6 cents, just obviously at the end of October, but it was short-lived because, of course, the entire market tumbled down, and obviously the price of Caspa, retraced down after the 6% price point, about 34%, as you can see for yourself. But things are still looking good for Caspa. I'm very impressed with the way it's still consolidating. I know it hasn't really had a breakout moment over the course of the last, I would say, pretty much the last full day. Obviously, it's midnight now, but yesterday, we didn't really see any sort of a breakout. But we need to understand it needs to consolidate after having a move like this. Again, if you want to put this into perspective, again, if you have forgotten, Caspa's price has gone up 48.2% in just a matter of 4 to 5 days, which is very, very, very nice move again. So nice consolidation, exactly what you want to see the price of Caspa do, especially after a move like this. You want to see the project find a ground for itself, and it's doing that exactly. And my next target remains to be the 6 cents price point, which again itself, from where we currently are, is about a move of about 18.5%. So I like what we're seeing here right now. As long as the price holds above this key range, we did actually retest the support line at around 5 cents. You could see for yourself a few different times. If I were to zoom in, you'll see it here. You can see, several different retests at 5 cents, but we've been able to hold above that key range. Dominance is also a huge factor in this. But we're seeing a little bit of a lag right now. But again, I zoomed out and showed you guys a little bit of a different perspective, and I'm sure you guys can realize that your price of Caspa is not looking as bad as a lot of people are realizing. But again, going back to what I said, if you got in around here, you're sitting at about a 50% gain, and you're losing sleep. It's too much money that you cannot afford to lose. Then patience is your number one key to follow. But of course, if you're in for the long haul, your perspective on Caspa and your overall time frame is long term, then again patience is your number one key to follow. But if it's short term and the money that you've made in just the past few days, believe it or not, some people did. I see the comments. If you made, this 50% gain, maybe lock some profits off of the table. That would be quite a smart move to do, especially if the money that you're looking at is too much that you cannot afford to lose. Then it's pretty much the clear indication that you want to lock some profits in, because Caspa is one of the projects that does see major swings. Again, if you want to put this into perspective, let me kind of zoom out, show you guys the daily time frame, give you guys a little bit of a visual. Caspa is known for major swings, and this could be dated back to, of course, 2023, 24. You've seen major swings. So again, that's something we kind of always want to factor in. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Thank you so much for the love, and we'll see you later. Been Crypto ZX and peace.